my channel and thanks so much for clicking on today's video. Let me start with an apology. I promise you this is not because of my inconsistency, it's because of the universe. The universe is trying to kill us, you all. How are you doing? I mean, it is an absolutely crazy time at the moment for all of us, and the thing that's really bizarre is it's not just us in Kenya, it's not just us in East Africa, it's not just us in Africa, it's like everywhere in the world right now, everyone's going through it. But number one, I hope you are keeping safe. I hope you are keeping your mental health up to tops. I mean, I write to my team every day, I'm working from home, I write to my team every day and I'm like, hope we're all keeping sane, because it is quite a difficult time to try and kind of navigate, because we have so many restrictions on what we would usually do, and I know it's taking its toll on us not being able to keep our regular routine, but I just want to offer you a little bit of encouragement basically. It will pass, not quickly, not easily, not without pain, but it will pass. There will come a time when we will get through this period and we will be back to normal. I know we're all itching for that, and so this video and this channel, I hope, will be one of the places that you can come to just to kind of watch something that's not so, you know, doom and gloom, and not kind of giving you such a negative aspect outlook on life, and you can kind of just come here to unwind, switch off from all of that and join the community, have a chat with people in the comments and enjoy. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do. Of course, the situation is very serious, so top advice, I'm not a medical doctor or any kind of public health official, but please, please, please try and maintain your social distancing. At the moment, at the time of filming this video, we only have a curfew in Kenya, the dusk till dawn curfew. We don't know if more restrictions are going to come into place, but a couple of other countries in the region are kind of changing how they're operating as well, so maybe we'll see something similar here in Kenya. So basically stay safe, keep your social distancing, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, cough into your sleeve if you don't have a tissue to cough into, but honestly just keep washing your hands. That's the top tip, and stay home as much as you can. Alright, so let me quickly explain what's been going on. This video is actually a re-recording of a video that I had already filmed. So I basically had a mishap last week when I was trying to look for my SD card to start editing this video to get it up on Friday. Could not find it. I have been searching for it all over the house, everywhere, and I mean everywhere that I could think of, and places that I couldn't think of, and I was like, it definitely wouldn't be there for my SD card. I just haven't found it. I travelled to Kisumu for a funeral of a very close cousin of mine, and I think I had the SD card in my purse at the time. I think I may have lost it along the way, I don't know. But anyway, I don't have the SD card and that's gone. I did film some footage on my phone, so this video will be a mashup of content that I'm shooting right now and the phone footage, because I have that, but it won't be exactly the same because I wanted to show you the whole thing. So basically I have done a little bit of work in my beauty room, very little. But basically, as you guys know, I have been talking about, kind of in and out, about doing up basically what is my beauty room, my filming room, my office, my kind of zone in this house, and I haven't really had chance to start working on it, but this video is basically the first thing that I've managed to do in terms of trying to get it together. So it will be a bit of a journey. It's not all going to come together. I'm not doing a, you know, beauty room tour or anything. I'll probably do that once it's finished in a few months, but right now I wanted to show you what's behind me, and that is my new makeup table and setup. So the footage that I have on my phone doesn't show you the horrific nature of what I was working with before. You'll see a kind of snippet of it, but I was basically working off a plastic table. It was a mess, no drawers, everything was on top. It was giving me palpitations. But I have a really good friend of mine, he's a contractor, and thankfully took on my small request of having a makeup table made, and that's been done, and it's in here in my beauty room right now. So I want to show you basically how I organize my makeup in the table. This is, disclaimer, as it is now, it might change, But this is what it's looking like now, and I thought you guys might want to have a look at it. I love these kinds of videos just to see what people are doing. Yeah, so that is it. Welcome to all the new subscribers, welcome to the fam gang. I don't know where all of you are coming from because I really haven't been very consistent, but I'm very grateful that you have decided to join the fam gang. What can I ask you to do? Everybody, whether you're a new subscriber or an OG subscriber, please leave me a comment down below and let me know how you came across my channel. That would be really, really interesting for me to know. So leave me a comment down there so I can chat to you in the comments and see what's going on. All right, I'm rambling now, so let's get started. Okay, there we go. So that is the table as it looks like now. As you can see, it's got 3 drawers on either side and a drawer in the middle. It's got a little stool that I'm sitting on right there in the middle. And I've also got my little faux plant on the side, which needs a more better looking plant pot. But that's what it looks like. So let me bring you a little bit closer. Ignore this rubbish that's going on down here. Just very quickly on dimensions, particularly on the top, and I'll just move a little bit closer to show you. So this depth, is it called? Basically from the back to the front is 50 centimeters. And then this width, I don't know what dimensions and how they work, but this bit going across is 140. So it's 140, and it's not focusing. 140 centimeters going that way and 50 centimeters going that way, and then I think up top to bottom is also about 140. I'll include everything in the bottom, but the good thing with this is that it's been built on these, I don't know what they're called, things. And I can basically unscrew these black bits at the bottom, and I hope you can see that, and make it taller and shorter. I actually haven't adjusted them, so I need to adjust it. But that was a requirement that I wanted. And also this bit is separate from this bit. So if I want to move this, like for example, into another room, because it's made of really hard, heavy solid wood, I can take it apart with camlock shafts, I think they're called, to separate it. Also, if I want to just have these as like side cabinets, I can take it apart. I would have to make tops for it though, for these separate bits. But that's fine. I mean, it's just given me a lot more options, and that's what I wanted, so that it would be basically as customizable as I wanted. Yeah. Okay, so on the tabletop, it's pretty what I would call clear. I mean, if you compare this to what I had before, then it was manic. I've got this lovely kind of ceramic plate that I got from House of Leather quite some time back. I haven't seen it any time that I've gone back, but it was quite affordable. And if you watch my most recent haul video, you'll remember this. It was the gorgeous pearlescent candle holder. It still needs a candle. In the middle, I've got this sweet jar that I'm using actually right now for cotton pads. So when I need to like wipe off makeup, wipe off swatches on my hands, anything, then I've got the cotton pads there. And this is just a little candle. I got that from Primark outside the country, so it's not available locally. This little jar though is available from House of Leather, and it's not too bad. It comes in this colorway, and then it also comes in like a purple rainbow kind of effect. Think this, but deep purple. Yes, it's kind of like multicolored. At the back here, I've got a mirrored frame, and it says, "Why fit in when you were born to stand out?" The bit in the middle is a postcard that I got years ago and kept it because I knew I would want to have it somewhere in my house. So I just fished it out and put it in this. This mirrored frame is also from Primark. I've got this here, but I think I might move it, but it's temporary because I'm kind of working off this as my desk at the moment. But it's a little calendar thing that I picked up in House of Leather as well. Really cheap. It was one of those like at the counter that I picked it up. I don't know whether I'll keep it because it's a bit fiddly, but for now it's fine. Moving right along, and sorry to blind you, and my mirror is really dirty. Maybe I'll do it from over here. So you can see in the middle I've got this white mirror. This mirror I got from Killimore absolutely ages ago. Probably was in like one of my really early videos when I used to do haul videos from like Jumia and Killimore. It needs a really good clean, but I suspect also the glass is damaged now because it had this basically light up, but it doesn't light up anymore. But that's that. Then at the back here, I'll start up at the back. I've got a few different pots with makeup brushes in. A lot of these are dirty. I actually need to do a wash, so don't judge me about that. That just shows you that I use my stuff. But they're all basically, or pretty much all of them, are in these little white, is that in focus? Focus. In these little white container pots. They're plastic, and I have two types. So I have this type, and then I have this bigger type. The bigger type I got from South Africa, but the smaller type, you can also get these in House of Leather. Honestly, there's so much to buy in House of Leather. I think it's so addictive, it's so bad. But you can buy these in House of Leather for really, really cheap. The last time I was there, they were available, though I haven't been back in about a month, maybe 2 months. So just go and have a check. So basically, those are the containers. Then I have these pink ones, which were actually... came with an eye brush set, an AOA Studio one. These ones with the pink handles, this brush right here at the front. It came in a set, so you can carry your brushes, but I've basically separated them to make 2 brush holders. At the back, an old candle jar or Nutella jar, I don't know what this was, but basically a bit of glass to put that in. So this is like almost the entirety of my brush set, but I do have a few other ones that I don't keep out here, maybe old ones or retired ones that I'm keeping back, or maybe backups that I have. Yes, I am that person. I buy backups to everything, including makeup brushes, especially when I love one. So it's a mix of brushes, anything from, let's have a look. That one's from BH Cosmetics, let's say. This one was from a Killimore set. This one is from an AOA Studio brush set. Love this set, by the way. This was like a random single one that I bought some time back. What else? A Wet n Wild one. I mean, tons of different brushes from different brands, all stacked up on here. And then I'll come to these container a little bit later. It's not actually a container. It is a Perspex beauty drawer thing. So basically, it used to be like this, with drawers in it, but I took the drawers out, and I'm going to show you how I've used the drawers, but I'm basically using it now to hold in beauty sponges, which also all need a clean. And this has a mix of beauty sponges and stuff in it, like these from Juno Co. What else have we got in here? Eco Tools. We've got some AOA Studio ones, Makeup Revolution, etc. So a few different sponges in there. I use different sponges for different things. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do a dedicated sponge video. It's very niche, but would you like that? Because I don't use all of my sponges for the same thing. Let me know. Moving on. Yes, so I've got this little... Oh, and this Perspex thing, by the way, I haven't seen anybody selling it locally. I actually bought them on Amazon, I think. And I think a few in South Africa when I bought these thingies. This is my foundation tray, I guess. I cleared out almost all of my foundation, so this is what I'm working with right now, which might seem like a lot to some people still, but for somebody that tries out a lot of makeup, this isn't. You've got to clear out your foundations quite often, because otherwise they get expired and nasty and start to smell funny and can break you out. So I regularly kind of bring this down and bring it back up, but just to show you a few different ones that I've got on here, because I know some of you might be interested. That's Fenty. I've got a couple of Lancome ones. This is Maybelline Superstay. This is a Rimmel one. I actually really like this formula. What's this called? Come on, focus. Are you gonna focus? All right, I'm gonna tell you. It's called the Rimmel Match Perfection. That's what it says, even though you can't see it. Really like the formula of this, although this color isn't quite right. Oops! This color isn't quite right. Don't hold your foundations by the lid. Yeah, what else? MAC Studio 6. Love this foundation. NYX Born to Glow. Maybelline Fit Me. Too Faced Born This Way. That's Juvia's Place. That's a Colourpop one, which I think I might get rid of. Pauline Cosmetics. And then I've got a few foundation, what are these called? Sticks. So the new ones that I got from Juvia's Place that you will have seen recently. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll have seen that I talked about this new MAC one that I got. I'm still testing it out, so I haven't made up my mind, but it's okay. So far, so good. This tray I got from Primark. But I have seen, oh, what's that shop called? Shop Melista, I think, on Instagram, sells things similar to this. And if you know any other shops where anybody can get something like this, feel free to drop it in the comments. So this, or like Perspecky bits, or bits like that. Let's share so that people can know where to get stuff. Then in the corner, I've got, let me just move this one. I've got this little tray, it's mirrored. I got this from Mr. Price Home a really long while ago, just kept it. This is a candle from Mr. Price Home. I started burning it yesterday and not a fan, guys. I mean, look, it's smoked and almost half the candle is gone and I didn't even burn it for that long. It claimed that it burns for 40 hours. That's a scam, it does not, but it smells fantastic. Then I've got this little jarry thing as a decorative piece. If you're an OG subscriber, like I mean really OG, you'll have seen my Christmas haul like a couple of years ago and you will know and recognize this. I think I picked it up from either Mr. Price Home or Thailand Carpet Centre during Christmas sales. So that's on there. So that's basically what I have on top of the table, which might seem like a lot, but for me, actually it's perfect because it's everything that I would need to grab is there. And also I don't have to rummage too much for this stuff. And also some of this stuff wouldn't fit into drawers. So brushes really need to just be easily accessible. Sponges need to be easily accessible. And then I kept my foundations out just because I wanted to display them. They could have fit in the drawer, but I wanted them out. I might put them back in, who knows, but for now they're out. The only thing I think I want to change about this is that I want this table to have a glass top on it. So it doesn't currently have a glass top, and I've realized over using it for the past like 2 weeks that it's getting dirty very, very quickly, and I'm worried about staining it if I don't clean it off well. So I'm gonna have the glass top made to sit basically on top of this. I think I might do a frosted one, I'm not sure, to sit on top of this so that it's very easy to wipe clean and I'm not going to damage the wood. All right, so that is the top and that's what it's looking like. So now let's get into the drawers. Okay, so we're going to start off with the left side, and just before I do, I want to mention something about these drawers. So they're all actually different heights. So as you can see already, the middle one is slightly shorter than the side drawers, but this drawer is slightly smaller than, this drawer is slightly smaller than this drawer and is slightly smaller than this drawer. So it kind of graduates. There isn't too much difference between these two, but the bottom one is significantly bigger. And I don't know whether that's really coming across properly on camera, but it is, and I wanted it in that way so that I could have different height products in the drawers, and you'll get a look at that right now. So let me just move closer and then we can open up the drawers and see what's in here. All right, so the top drawer on the left is a bit of eye stuff. So right at the back, let's start there. I've got multi-pack lashes on this side, actually almost finishing this pack. So these are all multi-packs of lashes, and over here I've got single lashes, which tend to be a little bit more dramatic. Yeah, so some of those are from AliExpress, some of those are from Cocoon Beauty, from a brand called Dita Mora. So that's that at the back, so that's lashes. Over here at the front, I've got single eyeshadows in this tower, and I'm gonna just show you in a minute. And then I've got a drawer over here with lots of things for eyes. So let me start off with the tower. And this is basically what I meant when I said that I took out the drawers of this and turned it on its side. So it was one that was a bit smaller than this, and I basically just took out these and then turned it on its side to use it as that. So when I'm taking you through the drawers, you'll see, like this one, for example, a lot of empty drawers. It's because I was mixing and matching how I use things so I wouldn't have to buy extra containers. So this tower has single pigments, glitters, and single eyeshadows in it that can't go anywhere else. So I've kind of tried to coordinate them by color. Some of these are glitters that I bought from Kilimall or Jumia, I think. These are ones from Barry M, single pigments. a random eyeshadow. This one is a Dose of Colours, pigment and base. And then I've got an Yves Rocher single eyeshadow in here. So these are all kind of like golds and warm colours, bronzes. In the middle, I've got a mix of colours. So again, glitters, pigments, single shadows. That one's from NYX, that one's from NYX. That's all that in there, so that's all colours. Then at the bottom, I've got black, silvers, and complete whites, Susie Beauty, and a few other random ones, yeah. So that's that one. Then in here, I've got a higgledy-piggledy bit of eyeliners, mascaras, brow pomade. So for example, this is my favourite brow pomade from Colourpop in the shade Black Brown. I've got a gel eyeliner from NYX. I've got a few different mascaras, Maybelline Push Up, CoverGirl, a trial size of Benefit. They're real. I really like the wand on that. Crayons and ink have a mascara, by the way, if you didn't know. Essence, I'm loving this at the moment. I think I might get this on the store. And then I've got pen liners, like liquid pen liners. I've got cream gel liners for my waterline. I've got cream eyeshadows, glue, and pencil sharpeners, and a few tweezers in there as well to help me apply my lashes. So this drawer is basically all eye paraphernalia. Okay, then we go to the second drawer. Second drawer is dedicated to lips, and I hope this is going to focus for you nicely in a moment. So I've got a few of these jars that I showed you already holding some brushes from House of Leather. I think they were really cheap, like 100 or 200 bob each. Then I've got these mesh jars, which are also from House of Leather, again, decently priced. And then a few of those drawers in here. So I've tried to organize them by color, and these ones are actually the most organized because they were kind of kept in this way already. So I have matte nudes in this one. I have a lot of Colourpop because I just love the Colourpop formula. So I just have so many of those. But I've also got a few others in there, like this one's from Coloured Rain. This one's a new one that I got from Catrice. Also got some Joanna K in there, of course. Crayons and ink. I think I've got honey in here somewhere, which is also a really nice nude color to wear. Then I've got matte reds or deep colors, mostly reds, pinks, and deep colors. Again, a lot of Colourpop, but again, Joanna K's in there. We've got some Sephora, etc. And then at the back here, I've got kind of like miscellaneous ones. So I've got a bit of Huda Cosmetics. What else is in here? This is from, is this Rimmel or Maybelline? Maybelline. What's this? Milani. Yeah, so I've got a few random brands in the back here. So these ones are mostly Colourpop plus other ones that I use a lot. And then these are ones that are from different brands, NYX, etc. Yeah. Then I've got these two mesh ones, and these two mesh ones are dedicated for glosses. So again, a lot of Colourpop, but I also have crayons and ink new lip glosses in here. The ones from Catrice, if you missed out on my sale on Instagram, sorry, but those colours are amazing. And then in this one, I've got Fenty. I don't know, no, the Fenty one must be in my handbag. Yeah, I'm using it at the moment. I've got a few Kiko ones, and NYX or NYX, Dose of Colours. So just those ones. This one right here is a new one that I bought by MAC. It's one of their retro matte colours. Are you gonna focus? All right, it's probably not gonna focus. This camera takes a really long time to focus. But it's a retro matte colour, and if you follow me on IG, then you'll see that I mentioned that this came broken, as in I bought it in store, but I didn't check it in the packaging before I left. But when I opened it when I was here, it was broken, so I need immediately, quite quickly actually, to decant this into a seal container because I'm worried it's going to dry. But for now, I'm keeping it in the packaging. It's the colour Dance With Me, by the way. Really like that. Then at the back here, these tubes are Colourpop Bullet Lipstick. So I love their formula, really nice. I think Colourpop get lips and eyes really, really well. I've got MAC Ruby Woo, which is a really old one, but I keep it here always for colour testing. I think I might go and buy a new one. Just because a lot of people use that colour as a reference. Milani one, Pauline Cosmetics, part of the Caroline and Choco Glamour Mama range. Then over here, I've got a few other random glosses, which I don't really use that often. Some Morphe ones. Actually, I need to get back to using these. These were really nice. Some Huda Beauty ones or Huda Cosmetics ones. No, this is a Colourpop one. I really like this. So Juicy. And I like this glazed lip pen paint by LA Girl. It's probably expired by now. But I like that it's a red glossy thing. So I haven't got another red glossy lip gloss like this, and I keep it for that. I don't even use it that often, but I just don't want to throw it. And then at the front here, I've got a ton of lip liners. These are all lip liners, all different colors, different brands. I can't honestly take you through all of this. Colourpop, Kiko, NYX, LA Girl, there's a ton in here. So that's where I keep all of my lip liners. So that is the lip drawer. I love lips, so if you can't tell already, then this is my favorite category, I think, when it comes to makeup. Eyeshadow is probably very close, but I just absolutely love lip stuff, and I'm always buying it. I think because it's just so easy to wear. So this is how it's stored right now. I don't know how realistic this is going forward as I keep adding colors, but I do a purge every so often, as you guys know. But this is what it's looking like right now. All right, bottom drawer. Bottom drawer is dedicated for eyeshadow palettes, and this is exactly the reason why I wanted this drawer to be bigger than the rest. It's because eyeshadow palettes take up a lot of room, like they do. So each of my most of them, not all of them, all of them apart from those ones, are standing in a, let me bring this up for you, are standing in a letter rack thing. Let me just remove the palettes, because then you'll see exactly what I mean. So they're standing in these little organizing things that are usually meant for like office desks to put letters in and like little bits and pieces in of paper. But I decided that I would use these to organize my eyeshadow palettes. And these are available from House of Leather. I can't remember the price because I bought them quite a while ago, but they're pretty cheap. So this is what I use to organize my palettes. I just stack them all in these gaps. It comes in black like this, and probably at another point in time I might choose to like spray this a different color, or I might keep it in black because black and charcoal gray is becoming a vibe for me, so we might do that. But that's how I'm storing them for now. So let me just return some of these in here. So I've got my biggest palettes in the first one, which are mostly like Morphe palettes because they come in that really big size, but I've also got an old OPV palette that I really like. Ooh, sorry, so it's really hard to do this with one hand. Yes, done. And then I've got exactly the same, another rack, and this one has in a few different palettes, my Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills, my Joanna K one, and then a few of the chocolate mint ones from Makeup Revolution. And then I've got another one on this side, so it's got some Juvia's Place ones in. This is Masquerade, this is Warrior. I'll come back to this one in a second. And then I've got, what else is in here? I've got a highlighting palette by Cara Beauty, which I'm keeping here just because it's bulky. I've got a Dream Street palette by Colourpop. Huda one, because I love some of the single shades in that one. This one is actually a custom palette that I am building. So it's basically single shadows, some of them from Morphe, some from Colourpop, some from other brands, I can't remember, but I'm basically keeping them all in this little organizer. It's magnetic, so I buy single shadows and I put them in here. So I've tried to kind of organize them by color, although it needs a little bit of rejigging. And it has a mirror up top. It's really nice, actually. I might start stocking these on Cocoon. Would you guys be interested? Particularly for makeup artists, when you want to depot and make like your own custom palette, this might be really, really interesting. So let me know if that sounds like something you might be interested in. Okay, then at the back, OG palette, Naked Urban Decay, Queen of Hearts Coloured Rain palette, and a blush palette down there that's quite big. So this still has quite some room in it. I do also collect eyeshadow palettes. I give them out also and get rid of them, sell them. So this is what it's looking like right now, but I have a few on my eye at the moment that I might bring in her, including the new Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette and a few different Morphe ones that I saw that look amazing, and a few other ones, but shh, you didn't hear that. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the middle drawer, so let's just swing over to the right drawer, and it's a little bit brighter on this side. So there we go, I've dimmed it a little bit, I hope that's better. So top drawer on this side is quite empty, but it's basically blushes, highlight, and a little bit of contour. So mostly blushes. It's a NYX palette, e.l.f. palette. These are sleek palettes, which are really pigmented and really nice. I've got some single blushes as well. That's a Black Up one, a Milani one, and then some highlighters, e.l.f. W7 one, Wet n Wild. I mean, I've just got all kinds of brands in here. Blush is something that I think I want to start investing in this year, and I've seen a few brands that have amazing blushes and bronzers that I think I would want to get into. This is the Patricia Bright palette, the Dusk Till Dawn palette, I think it's called. Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn. It basically has, let me just open it. Ooh. There we go. It has a contour, a blush, and a highlight. I don't really use the highlight, but I do use the other two quite a lot. I actually use the red to touch up my eyebrows because my hair is like ready purple right now. Okie doke. So still space in that one. Then I've got concealers. What is in here? Can this focus? Come on. There we go. In this drawer, I've got concealers in these jars right here. These are just glass jars, or like glasses that we had, that like everything broke and then we had some left. So I've got Makeup Revolution ones here. This one has a mix. Some Maybelline Fit Me ones, some Colourpop ones. This is NYX. This NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. These are the Colourpop ones. e.l.f. one, etc. I really do like concealer, so this keeps coming and going, and I go through them quite a lot. And a few LA Girl ones over here. Then I've got my loose powders, again in one of these little Perspex drawers. My RCMA powder, Laura Mercier powder, Black Opal or Black Opal, whatever. An AOA Studio Brightening one, that's quite nice if you use it gently. And a Makeup Revolution one, Terracotta. I really like this shade because it's not that banana shade that's like yellow yellow. For my skin tone, I need it to look like this. It needs to look kind of like rich caramelly orangey kind of shade. I wanted to try this out just because I wanted to see whether the color was interesting. It's a little bit drying, so I might get the Ben Nye one and see whether that is nice. It's basically a dupe of that. Even the packaging looks pretty much exactly the same, but Makeup Revolution is known for that. But hey, and then I've got another drawer over here, and this has got bronzers and powders in it. So I've got a few Black Radiance powders. I was obsessed with this powder for bronzer. So nice. What was the color of this? Ebony. I've got my MAC Studio Fix. This is in the shade NW50. I'm not convinced that this is right for me. I like to install, as you always do, but then sometimes it just starts looking a bit dodge. And I don't know, I might go to the MAC store here and see, maybe just actually get my proper shade, which is a bit more of an N48, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I like the formula and everything, but I'm not sure what it looks like on my skin when I put it on. I feel like I get a little bit of a potentially grey cast. Does anybody else have this, use this? Does that happen to you? I threw out my MAC, what's that other powder called that's amazing? I'm gonna put it on screen here because I keep forgetting the name. And because it was like way expired, but I love that powder, so I'll probably repurchase that other one. My CoverGirl Full Spectrum bronzer, I really like that. And let's just finish up the powders. A few LA Girl powders in different shades. I really like this formula as well, and coverage that you get from these powders. They're affordable, but they're really, really good. Then I've got a few random concealers. So like this one is from Kiko, come on. Sorry if I keep complaining about focusing, but this one is from Kiko. Then I've got a few MAC ones as well, which probably need to be chucked out now, but they're from MAC anyway, a couple of different shades. So that's this drawer. I'm not too fully convinced about this layout, particularly at the back of these powders, but for now it will do. Oh, and then right at the back, you can't see it, but it's one of those, let me bring it out for you to see. It's one of those makeup tower things that has the lipstick holes in. These used to be out on my table, but I really just don't know what to do with them. So I think I might put them on a sale. I've got 2 of them. If you would be interested, drop me a comment down below. I haven't decided how much I'll sell them for, but they're really good quality, like they're thick perspex. And you can put in like lipsticks and stuff in here. Brushes, oh no, brushes in this bit maybe. You can put a little bit of product here and then some taller bottles here at the front. So I'm just storing that at the back because I've got nowhere else to put it right now. All right, then the last big drawer at the bottom. So this one has in a lot of my tall bottles. So my Too Faced Hangover RX spray, which I'm in love with at the moment. NYX Fix Plus, sorry, not NYX, MAC Fix Plus. That's the regular one. I've got a matte version, which I don't like because I think it leaves white flakes on my face. Does anybody else experience this? Am I just doing something wrong? Let me know. Then I bought the Fix Plus Rose because I just can't live without Fix Plus. I think it's just like a staple that everybody needs to have. So I've got that as backup for when I'm done with this one, which is almost through. Then I've got my micellar water, which is Garnier. I've got Scandinavia spray. I've got a NYX spray down here. I've got some random sunscreen, some, what's this, contact lens solution for my eyes. This is a cleansing oil that I actually use to clean my brushes. I've had this for way too long for me to use this on my face. So clean my brushes with that. At the side here, these 2 are MT MAC Studio Fixes. And I think I got these in 2 different shades. That one's NW48. Oh no, they're both NW48. Yeah, I thought maybe one was NW47, but they're not. Basically, whenever you finish up these foundations, but also the lipsticks, when you get a certain number, I think it's 6 or something, then you can take them back and claim basically a brand new foundation or lipstick. So I'm keeping them here to keep going through. I've got these little egg container things for my sponges, but they also have holes at the bottom, which I thought was cool for traveling with. I got these free with a bag that I bought from a store here. And they came with it, and I was like, this is brilliant for traveling and keeping things hygienic. Love that. So that's what they're in. This is a really big, what they're sitting in is basically what was a really big drawer. But this is like the body of it. At the back, I've got a few makeup bags, although not all of them are here. I think I need to bring all the rest of them from my wardrobe into this bit. And that's the other one that I was mentioning, the lipstick holder thing. All right, I'm rambling now. Let's move it on quickly on to this, which is my miscellaneous drawer. It looks a hot mess, don't judge me. So I've got contact lenses here. I've got some primers, lighter for my candles, and some lip balm from La Roche-Posay. Multivitamins, it's just easy for me to have them here and remember to take them when I am getting ready in the morning. Some Vaseline, of course, my favorite hand cream in Kenya of all time. You get this from the supermarket. It smells good. It keeps my hands moisturized without feeling greasy. Love this stuff. My simple moisturizing cream. If you've ever asked me for advice about what moisturizer to use, no doubt I have recommended this. I use the light one. There is also a rich one. Tissues. I'll come back to this side. Tissues that are not yet finished. You know when you have these little pocket tissues and then you have them in like 10 handbags? That's where they're lying, along with the best wipes known to man, Faye wet wipes. These are incredible. I have these in every single handbag. I feel wrong if I don't have them out and about. They are wet enough to actually feel like a wet wipe and clean off things if you need to clean off, whether that be your hands, your face, whatever. The packet stays sealed nicely so they don't dry out unless you're just being clumsy. You get 10 in each pack. They have started doing this in a bigger pack. It's not the same. This is what it is, okay? I put you on. I've got a few, oh, this is a brush cleaning egg thing. At the back here, I've got some random small tripods for phone and camera. The one that's attached to this is the one I'm using for my camera right now. Then in this little bit here on the side is another, what do you call this? Containery thingy, but it has basically a few backups in it. It has this mirror, which isn't a backup, but it does have Pro Concealer backup, NYX concealer backup, Kiko backup, a few single brushes that I use for my lips backup, lip liner backup, and some eyeliner, lip gloss. I mean, I am the backup queen. That's what I do, okay? Get you a backup. Okay, so that's that. All right, so that brings us to the end of the video. As I mentioned earlier, all the details will be down there in the description box, so please make sure to check the box before you ask me questions in the comments that are already captured in there. But if there is anything that I haven't covered and you would like to know, then please make sure to drop me a comment. Of course, I will respond. And look out for the next video. So I'll see you in my next one. Bye.